All right, let's get our curriculum truly ready to be an open and go curriculum for our school year. I like to get 2.5 to 3-inch ring binders, some page protectors, and of course, here's our curriculum. We use the Good and the Beautiful. We have been using it for the last couple of years and love it. I like to start by taking the binding out. Even though this is a nice spiral bound book, I have found over the years that they just don't like to stay together, and eventually with enough wear and tear through the school year, they start to come loose and the pages start to come out. But I like to start by putting in the front cover into the pocket in the binder so that I know what level curriculum is going in. But even though this is time consuming, I have found that this is so helpful through our school year, just to be able to open up to whatever lessons we need for the week and just kind of pull out what we need instead of staying in the workbook. Here you can see I'm marking pages that need to be prepped. I like to do all the prep work now, and that way you can just pull out the lesson and kind of go. Now, those activities will be ones that the lessons say, oh, have the child cut them out, but if it's not a major skill that they need to work on, I don't worry about it. That was the writing activity page, and usually what I do is I either copy the page or I have a writing notebook for my children to kind of do the writing activity in that notebook. So that saves us with the cost of having to buy this curriculum each and every year, new for each child. We have 4 kids, so this has been my solution to kind of make this a lasting curriculum for each of the kids. The page protectors serve as like a dry erase board, so we use a lot of dry erase markers. The kids just write on the page protector. For the preschool level, if it does say about the child working on a particular fine motor skill, then I will make a copy of it and they can cut it out and glue. But for the most part, we just use a lot of dry erase markers around here. I will say that doing this gives you a good look at what your child will be learning throughout the school year, and I've even started to think of different ideas of what I could do to adjust the lesson to the interests of my kids. Like I said, this is time consuming. Throw on your favorite TV show, throw on your favorite movie, and just sit down and do this. It will save you so much during the school year. Here's another activity that kind of goes together, and if you see like you could totally just double up on the pages, do it, because it is less pages in your book, but at the same time, like if a lesson truly all goes together, then you kind of know it's all in one spot. Almost done with this. Like I said, it is time consuming, but in my mind, it's so worth it just to have everything prepped and ready to go ahead of time. Finally, to the end, cutting off that outer edge, popping the back cover in. Now it's time to go back through and prep those couple of activities. This is the level 2 language arts curriculum, and I noticed that when I was prepping this, there aren't quite as many games and activities in this one compared to preschool, kindergarten, and level 1. If you have some of the lower levels, there might be a few more games for you to prep, and that's okay. Like I said, you will find that it is such a time saver for you. You can just truly open and go if you have everything prepped. And like I said, if it is a skill that the kids need to work on, like cutting, especially in the preschool years, then maybe don't do every single prep activity. Make copies of it for your child when you get to that lesson. But here we are ready to rock and roll for our school year.